Marcus Aurelius once said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Welcome to our exploration of the wisdom embedded in Stoicism. Today, we're focusing on the morning, that sacred space at the start of the day that sets the tone for everything that follows. The importance of morning routines cannot be overstated. They can be the stepping stones leading us into days filled with productivity, positivity, and peace. But how can Stoic philosophy help us in this regard? Stoicism, with its emphasis on virtue, self-control, and personal ethics, provides a sturdy framework for building habits that can improve our daily lives significantly. It encourages us to face each day with mindfulness and intention, to greet each moment with gratitude and resolve. So if you're looking to enhance your life quality, Stoicism may hold some answers for you. Now let's dive into 5 Stoic advices to improve your morning routine. Seneca wisely said, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Now let's delve into the depths of this profound statement. Time, the most precious resource we have, is often the most squandered. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, yet how we utilize those hours distinguishes the successful from the unfulfilled. Understanding the value of time is not merely about clock watching or filling every second with ceaseless activity. It's about recognizing the value of each moment and choosing to spend it on things that truly matter. Let's bring this understanding into our morning routines. How often do we find ourselves scrolling through social media, idling away precious moments, or hitting the snooze button one too many times? These activities, while seemingly harmless, can be significant time thieves. Now imagine transforming these minutes into productive tasks. Imagine starting your day with an invigorating workout or a mindful meditation session, or perhaps reading a chapter of a book that enhances your knowledge, or simply taking the time to prepare a nutritious breakfast. These are the activities that not only enrich your morning, but also set a positive tone for the rest of the day. The key to implementing this change is to start small and be consistent. You don't need to overhaul your entire morning routine in one go. Begin by identifying one unnecessary activity you can reduce or eliminate. Replace it with something more productive, and gradually you will notice the transformation. But remember, productivity doesn't mean busyness. It means spending your time on activities that bring you closer to your goals, that contribute to your well-being, and that add value to your life. It's about making mindful choices and being present in each moment. So, let's take a leaf out of Seneca's book and stop squandering our time. Make every moment count. Because time, once spent, can never be reclaimed. Remember, every morning is a fresh start. Use it wisely. Epictetus taught us we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. Picture your mornings. The alarm rings and your day begins. Maybe it's rainy and you'd planned to run. Perhaps the coffee maker decided to retire unceremoniously, or the traffic seems to conspire against your punctuality. These are circumstances beyond our control, and yet they often dictate our mood, our day, and sometimes our self-worth. But let's pause and consider the wisdom of Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher who was born a slave and rose to become one of the most influential thinkers of his time. He implored us to differentiate between what's in our control and what's not, especially at the start of our day. When we focus on the uncontrollable, we become victims of circumstance, hostages to unpredictability. But when we focus on what we can control, we reclaim our power. So, how do we put this into action in the context of our morning routine? It starts with acceptance. Accept that it's raining and adapt your workout. Accept the coffee machine's untimely demise and find an alternative. Maybe it's time for a tea day. Accept the traffic and use the time for an audiobook or a language learning app. These are all choices, responses to the external circumstances that we can control. Next, shift your focus to areas of your life where you can make a real impact. Maybe it's preparing a healthy breakfast or spending a few extra minutes on a mindfulness exercise. Perhaps it's setting a goal for the day, or simply taking time to appreciate the quiet moments before the day's chaos unfolds. Remember, Control is not just about reaction. It's about action. It's deciding what your priorities are and acting on them. It's about choosing to be proactive rather than reactive. This approach doesn't just apply to the mornings. It's a mindset that can transform your entire day and ultimately your life. Because when we focus on what we can control, we're not just surviving the day, we're thriving through it. A day started with control is a day well started. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, the universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. So, let's delve into the essence of this wisdom and its application in our daily morning routine. Change, as Marcus Aurelius wisely acknowledged, is inherent to the universe. It's woven into the fabric of existence. We see it all around us. The shifting seasons, the rising and setting of the sun, the cycle of life and death. Changes is as natural as breathing, and yet, we often resist it. Why is that? Well, it's because change is uncomfortable. It challenges our sense of control, our comfort zones. But just as a river carves a path through a landscape, change shapes our lives, transforming us into more resilient and adaptable beings. So, how can we apply this understanding to our morning routine? It's about flexibility. Let's say you have a set routine of waking up at 6, going for a run, and then having a healthy breakfast. But one day it's pouring rain. Do you get frustrated and let it ruin your day? Or do you adapt, perhaps opting for an indoor workout or using the time to meditate or read? That's what accepting change looks like. It's about shifting our perspective to see change not as a disruption, but as an opportunity for growth. It's about becoming water, as Bruce Lee famously said, able to flow or crash, adapting to whatever container it's poured into. So tomorrow morning when you wake up, remember the wisdom of the Stoics. Be open to change. Expect it even. When your usual routine is disrupted, see it as a chance to try something new, to stretch your adaptability muscles. This doesn't mean you shouldn't have a routine or goals. On the contrary, it means being flexible within those routines and goals, understanding that the path to achieving them may shift and twist in unexpected ways. It's about being steadfast in your purpose, but fluid in your approach. Change is the only constant. Embrace it. Because in acceptance, we find strength, resilience, and ultimately, freedom. Seneca encouraged us. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. What better way to embrace the present than to start each day with a sense of appreciation? Practicing gratitude is a powerful way to set a positive tone for the day. It helps us appreciate the good in our lives, reduces stress, and boosts our overall happiness. It's like a morning cup of coffee for the soul, illuminating the day's potential with a warm, positive glow. As we wake up each morning, our minds can often race with to-do lists, worries, or regrets. But what if instead we began each day by focusing on what we're grateful for? Imagine the shift in mindset that could bring. So how can we implement this practice into our morning routine? One simple way is through journaling. Each morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They can be as grand as a loved one's health or as simple as the sound of morning birds. The point is not what you write, but that you take a moment to appreciate it. By writing down these moments of gratitude, we make them more tangible. They become not just fleeting thoughts, but concrete reminders of the good in our lives. This practice is more than just a feel-good exercise. It helps us cultivate a more positive outlook, making us more resilient in the face of adversity. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." By practicing gratitude, we align our thinking with the good in our lives, and in doing so, we find that happiness is not dependent on external factors, but rather, it's within our control. So, before you rush off to start your day tomorrow, take a moment, breathe, write down 3 things you're grateful for, and remember, it's not about having what you want, but wanting what you have. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. So, let's make gratitude our morning routine and watch our lives transform with the dawn of each new day. Stoicism teaches us to live in the present, appreciate life, and focus on what truly matters. We've journeyed through valuable insights from great Stoic figures like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, learning to understand the value of time, focusing on what we can control, accepting change, and practicing gratitude. Each of these principles serves as a powerful tool for shaping our morning routines into moments of calm, clarity, and purpose. By understanding the value of time, we seize the day, making each moment count. Focusing on what we can control helps us avoid unnecessary stress and anxiety. Accepting change allows us to adapt and thrive in an ever-evolving world. And practicing gratitude ensures that we begin each day with a positive, appreciative mindset. I encourage you to try implementing these Stoic principles into your morning routine. See how they transform your day, your mindset, and ultimately your life. Start your day with Stoicism and see the difference it makes. Remember, the key is consistency and practice. If this video was helpful to you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive more content on wisdom, virtues, and Stoicism. I truly appreciate your attention and hope to see you in future videos.